In 2025, Village Flashback will focus on exploring some of Glenview's many neighborhoods and how they came to be. Individually, they resemble a patchwork, but together, they become our village's colorful quilt. Some neighborhood names are quite lofty, like estates. Others were named for land characteristics like meadows, islands, knolls, oaks, gardens, and woods. Glenview's neighborhoods vary widely. Some remain without sidewalks, curbs, and gutters to retain a rural character, such as Glen Oak Acres. Some have sizable setbacks, allowing for larger yards in a more traditional suburban setting, such as Swainwood and Glen Eyre Park. Homes of various styles and architectural design occupy quarter-acre to one-acre parcels. Developments from the 1990s, such as Heatherfield, Glen Lake Estates, and Haverford, introduced a mix of single-family homes, townhomes with rear-loading garages, and multi-story condominium buildings. The largest redevelopment occurred when the decommissioned Naval Air Station Glenview was rebuilt as the Glen. To understand how Glenview's earliest neighborhoods came to be, we have to go back to the early 1840s, when the U.S. government issued the first land grants in what is now Glenview. The land was sold for $1.25 per acre, to be paid for at a rate of 25 cents per acre for 5 consecutive years. Many European settlers bought the limit, 1,280 acres or 2 square miles. Some of the original owners remained on their land for generations, lending their names to the streets we use today, such as Dews, Henley, Dearlove, and Linneman. Other land patent owners held on for only a short while before selling for a profit. The first neighborhood, actually one of the first planned communities in the United States, was the Park. It was built in 1894 on August Clavy's 40-acre cornfield by the Church of the New Jerusalem at what is now the northwest corner of Glenview and Shermer Roads. The lots were spread out along the outside of a ring road that surrounds open space and the church. During Glenview's first growth wave in the 1920s, before the Great Depression, roads, water and sewer mains, sidewalks, and sites for brick bungalows were being built and marketed as subdivisions, with names like Glenview Borders, Miller and Grenning, and Glenview Terrace. The second growth wave began in the 1940s and grew exponentially post-World War II. Farmland, nurseries, brickyards, and golf courses were sold off for subdivisions to meet growing housing demands. We hope you enjoy this series that explores the village's neighborhoods and what they've come to represent in Glenview. Next month, we'll zoom in on the Circles, a small neighborhood south of Glenview Road and east of Waukegan Road. Learn more about Glenview history at glenviewhistory.org, on Facebook at facebook.com/glenview.history.center, and on Twitter at twitter.com/glenviewhistory.